to you. My name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. Today's video is Connor's tag, which is the luxury lessons I've learned, or the lessons I've learned while buying luxury. Something like that. Anyway, he tagged me, no surprise there. I will link Connor's video in the description box below. But he raised a few really valid points. Surprisingly, not surprisingly, he's full of valid points. So definitely go and check out his video. So for me, I think I've done iterations of this video in the past, but obviously those lessons keep coming and bubbling to the top. I am always learning. The minute I'm not learning is the minute I lose my brain cells. Look, the same goes in anything that we are practicing. If we're not open to learning, if we don't have a growth mindset, if we're stuck in our ways, we're not going to get anywhere, and we will probably lose the benefit of all of those opportunities lost. So I'm going to distill my lessons learned along that line as an evolution. If I can find the videos where I have shared my luxury lessons learned in the past, I will link them in the description box below. The first lesson is, look, you don't have to buy it right now. But I am also going to contradict that in my next lesson. But you don't have to buy it right now. I mentioned in recent videos about getting caught up in the hype. You might love things that are out right now and think, I don't have a chance of getting that if I can't get it right now. You might do what I did, and if you can't get it at the boutique, you engage a luxury shopper, a personal shopper. Same thing, I'm a luxury shopper, not a personal shopper. Well, I am for myself, but you get the gist. And you pay a premium to secure this thing. And you don't even know if you want it yet because you haven't even seen it. A lot of those Hermes shoppers in that category have never tried on a Birkin or a Kelly, don't even know if they like it, but still will invest heavily in getting that piece. For me, the evidence I have to justify this lesson, this Fendi First in the Fox, I bought this from boutique a year after it was released, just by asking around. Often brands have things left in warehouses. You know, if you're lucky, brands like Chanel, I'm not sure if they still do it, but Fendi don't. They charge you the price that it was at the time of release. Fendi, you will pay today's price even though this was a bag that was released over a year ago, which is a little annoying, particularly when they can find some treasures from like back in 2020, for example. But nonetheless, I couldn't pick it up at the time. I got it a whole year later and brand new boutique condition. My Fendi Peekaboo that I totally missed when it was out in August, when it was out in fall winter last year because I was preoccupied with the re-edition baguettes. Now, case in point, this one I think you can still probably buy from some Fendi stores over a year later. This one I picked up pre-loved, and I saved more than half of the recommended retail price. So, to summarise, you can always get it later. Contradictory point number 2, grab it while you can. You know, it's a part of the journey that you've just got to figure out which one of these rules applies or lessons learned applies at the right time. Case in point, I was offered this Birkin in Paris without any pre-spend, and it's just the perfect colour and combination for me. Am I a Birkin girly? No. Do I think I'm becoming one? I do think that this bag has been having a very positive impact on my opinion of the Birkin. Primarily, it's the colour combination, I have to say. Could I have said no and walked away and left my Amex untouched? Yes, I could. But if I change my mind, if I ran, because I'd run away from Hermes, but if I had walked away with regret on that day and wanted to change my mind, I couldn't. I couldn't have changed my mind. I couldn't have imagined that I would be in a position to attend Meredith's VIP appointment and be offered a bag that I didn't even ask for. And so on this occasion, it's just to grab it when you can, because now, to think if I wanted to purchase this bag, I would have to start a journey, I'd have to spend a fortune, I probably wouldn't even be able to get this colour. And for a bag with these particular characteristics, I'd be paying probably twice, even 2.5 times as much as the recommended retail price on this piece for not buying it in boutique at the time. At least now I have the option to sit on it, enjoy it, love it, and if I don't, I can sell it, make my money back, and even more. Ask around, get advice. When I designed my made to order, I made 3 different designs. The design I ultimately chose was one that I knew that Fendi would not make for bulk consumption or recommended retail. There are 2 materials that were included in my other designs that have since come out in Fendi seasonal collections that hadn't done beforehand. So the first one, just after I decided on my made to order, was this blush pink mink in the Fendi First. Was I ever interested in a Fendi First before this bag? No. Was I interested in having some of Fendi's absolute heritage in a modern bag? Yes. I wanted a mink baguette. I decided ultimately not to go ahead with that, and I asked my sales associate, hey listen, if anything in a blush pink was to come out, in a neutral beautiful pink was to come out, please let me know because I can't get it out of my head. It did, and this bag was 1/3 of the price that the made to order would have cost. So I think that was a steal. The other example of this is Galusha. Once upon a time, Fendi only did Galusha in the made to order process. Galusha is otherwise known as Stingray. I designed a baguette trunk in the Stingray and I decided to pass on it because, again, I had to do the whole trunk in this one hide. Whereas with my made to order, I could contrast it with jewels, with beads and with crocodile. Only 6 months after picking my made to order up from the boutique was this bag released, and it wasn't the first of the Fendi Galusha bags that were released, but this colour was exactly like the colour that was in the lookbook that I saw at Fendi when I was designing my made to order. So I got to see this, I got to touch it, I got to experience the texture of it and how it works before I saw it in a bag that I had put my heart and soul into. One of the scary things about made to order is you just don't know. You don't know so many things. I am glad again that I got to pick this one up for, again, at least half of the price that it would have cost me to have a made to order bag made in this material. Always ask, get advice. The 4th lesson is stay true to your personal style. Sometimes what is a classic for the vast majority of people does not work for you. Case in point, I have this Chanel heart bag in the black lamb with champagne gold hardware. I sold my mini black rectangular bag from Chanel because I found it was obsolete in my collection with this one. Now, most people would have said that's ridiculous, that heart bag is stupid. Obviously that mini is going to be timeless and you're going to wear it for years and years to come. For me, this absolutely overtakes that because it fits more so into my personal style. For me, black bags are pretty serious. I like to take the edge off a black bag with some kind of interesting shape or texture or design element, and for me this just works a treat. So think about your personal style and think about how you integrate classics into your personal style in your own unique way, and don't let anyone talk you out of it. And finally, only you need to love it. It's your money, it's your style, it's your closet, it's your gain or loss. And my made to order that I've been talking about this whole conversation is a prime example. This bag would be jarring for a lot of people who don't like colour, who don't like contrast, who don't like too much of things. For me, this bag was a real milestone in my style journey, that I could do what I wanted, I could be playful, I could enjoy it, and it wasn't about anyone else. This bag is not being made for mass consumption, it's been made for me. And for me personally to have the courage to do what I wanted to do, not what I thought I should do, not what I thought everybody would expect me to do, was a really big part of my, I guess, how I psychologically choose pieces for me now. Because I think this is kind of my benchmark. This is the most outlandish, crazy piece in my collection. And I know for a fact that so many people are repulsed by it, and I don't care because I love it. I really love it. And I think that everybody should have the experience to love something, to find themselves through the choosing of something that is truly them and not for anybody else. The wallpaper behind me was my first experience of that in home decorating. When people think about, resale value and, you know, attracting other people. Well, I live here. I want my home to be somewhere that I want to enjoy being. And if we do decide to sell this home and somebody walks into our bathroom and sees that wallpaper and is repulsed by it, they can paint over it. They can do whatever they like. But I am living here for now with my husband and we love it. And I think that those lessons are, you know, transferable from every element of your life. Your home, your personal style, your car, you know, all of the spaces that you occupy and how you present yourself. So thanks, Connor, for tagging me in this one. What are your 5 or more luxury lessons learned, or lessons you've learned since buying luxury? I'd love to know. I'll tag a couple of people in the description box below, but give this video a like if you found it enjoyable and you've taken something away, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I put out videos on Wednesdays and Sundays and sometimes some extras, so I'd love to see you back here for more.